Good morning, Year 8, and welcome to our final assembly of the year. I cannot quite believe that I'm saying this. It is the final assembly that we will have for this academic year, and whilst you are still in Year 8, as crazy as it seems, and in some ways it's a bit sad that we are having our assembly as we are, but nonetheless, there is so much positivity that we need to celebrate. So let's get started. The work that has been produced has just been absolutely unbelievable. I think that I have no doubt if it had been normal times and we didn't have lockdown, that I would be saying the same thing. But I think because of the circumstances, the effort and the time and the dedication and the quality of the work that everyone has been producing, and also I think it's fair to say the work that has been produced in a slightly different way to how it normally would be. I think there has been lots of different examples of students who have gone a little bit above and beyond in subjects that aren't necessarily subjects that are their favourites or things that they're as confident with. And that's been really, really nice to see that during lockdown we've taken that time. It may be that we've baked a cake, it may be that we've spent a little bit extra time on our maths homework or our science homework, and we've really thought about what it is that we're learning and try to complete it to the real best of our ability, which sometimes in school, when we have our normal time and our normal lessons, because it's just a formality, I think sometimes we can neglect that actually. We have to take that ownership ourselves. And when we're at home and we're with our families and we're having those conversations about what is it that we've done today, I think there are a number of you, the vast majority of the year group, that have just smashed it out the park and have really taken ownership to say, do you know what? It's my education and it's me that's going to be the one that, that has to sit those exams. So I'm going to give it my absolute best shot. And I've been really, really impressed. It's been phenomenal effort all around. The baking, I think, the baking and the artwork, as well as the efforts that have been made for the PE department and everyone that's been doing some PE at home, has been absolutely fantastic. I know I myself has not the best baker. It's fair to say, but I think we've all given it a go and tried things that we thought actually normally I probably wouldn't be bothered to do that, but I've got a little bit more time. It's good. I'll spend the time. I'll be really focused, and I will, try something a little bit different and see how it goes. So, with this end of year assembly, there's lots of different pieces of information to give you. But what I thought would be really important is to focus on the positives and the things that you have to look forward to. There are lots of changes that are going to be happening. Now, at the end of the year, it's super important that we do lots and lots of thank yous, and I think that one of the biggest thank yous that we need to make sure that we say, and I know a lot of you already have done this via email and when you've been in school, is for our Year 8 tutor team. Now, sadly, we couldn't be in school and we couldn't do a proper assembly, but the tutors have got lots of messages and they want to say, and overall, they have absolutely loved working within the Year 8 tutor team, and I think it's a real privilege to be a tutor for this year group. So well done to everyone for making it such a fantastic job. So Miss Fitzpatrick's message. Year 8 are brilliant and I've loved working with you all this year. Keep up the good work and keep chasing your dreams. Mr. Hoff has got his own message, which I'm going to play.
Hi, you Wilberforce. It's really sad to have to make this comment because obviously you're not going to be my tutor group anymore, and you were my first tutor group at Chertsey High School, and I was your first tutor, so I'm quite sad to say this, but let me say, you are a wonderful tutor group. I love how well-rounded you are, that we have some great athletes, some fantastic people who are amazing academically, and some incredible artists. Crikey, if tutor, house points and things were based on artists, we'd smash it every time. Unfortunately, it's all about running. So, I didn't say that. Anyway, guys, just thank you so much for being such a wonderful form, and I will miss you dearly. I'm sure, pop back and see you and say hello to people and things like that. So, all the best for the future, and take care, guys. Bye.
Brilliant, lovely message from Mr. Hoff.
Hi, AP Wilberforce.
Now, Miss Dias has sent a message as well saying, I want to start by saying a massive thank you to each and every one of you for all the hard work and dedication you have put in over the last 15 weeks. I am beyond proud of how you have stepped up to the challenge of home learning. Whilst I know it hasn't always been plain sailing, and like many things in life, there have been some ups and downs, the resilience you have shown to overcome the down days has been commendable. As we leave behind Year 8, I urge you to reflect back on this academic year, not only to celebrate your successes, but also think about what you might want to achieve in Year 9. The next 6 weeks will probably incite different emotions in you all, and while some will be looking forward to the break, for others it may not be the case. However, you are feeling, please take the time to rest and relax and be ready for the new challenges that await you in September. Well done, Nightingale, you have smashed this. Special mentions as well from Mrs. Dice to Zara and Ellie Jackman for their brilliant efforts throughout the year. Well done, girls, you've been solid since September, but carried on working super hard in lockdown. Fantastic. Now, Mr. Flick has put his message, so his tutee of the year, and before he sent me this email, he'd already said my standout person this year has to be Sienna Jones. He has been on a weekly basis telling me how proud he is that Sienna is firstly in Year 8 and secondly in his tutor group. Not only has she fully embraced and engaged with her own home learning, working really, really hard, but she has emerged as a leader in her group of friends, creating work groups and providing help for lots of subjects to her friends over Zoom. So I think that's a fantastic example of selflessness. And it's just brilliant. Brilliant to see somebody who's taking responsibility, doing the absolute best you can to make sure that you're learning and you don't fall behind, but also thinking about how other people might learn and making it a bit more engaging for everyone in your group. So, you know, you're enjoying the process. Mr. Phillips also said, I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm glad this is over. Home learning has been a massive change and a huge challenge for all of us, but I'm super impressed with how you've all handled it. In many cases, better than me. We have all definitely improved our working from home skills and are experts in Teams and Zoom as well as online meetings. I hope you will have an amazing summer and that lockdown is gradually being lifted. You are able to see your friends and family again. I am already super excited for September when we're all back to being in school and have the face-to-face interactions and teaching that I have so sorely missed these last few months. Be smart, be safe, and have a great summer. Fantastic message there from Mr. Fullick. Love the end bit as well. Be smart and be safe. Have a great summer. Sums it up beautifully. From Miss Willoughby, very well done for being the best tutor group in Year 8. Obviously, there's a little bit of bias. You've made me extremely proud, especially with how you have handled lockdown. Have a fantastic summer, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in September. Now, next year, I sort of alluded a little bit about how things are going to change next year for you guys. Now, Year 8, it is going to be a really exciting time when you come back in Year 9, albeit a little bit different to what we would normally expect. It is going to be a lot different, but there are some lots of exciting things ahead. Now, one of the things that is going to be really quite different, is that you will have a new head of year. Now, I am unfortunately leaving to go to a new school. Sadly leaving because you are a fantastic year group, as Miss Smith and I constantly have conversations about. But despite me leaving, I know that you are going to have a fantastic new head of year. So if you have a little look on the PowerPoint, you'll be able to see Miss Wheeler, who will be at school and is a teacher from September, and she is going to be your head of year. I've told her how fantastic you are, and she's very much looking forward to working with you guys. And like you all, cannot wait for September and what that is all going to bring. So, final messages from me. I want you to remember some core things over the summer. It's been an amazing time since we started the new build. It almost seems like we've had 2 school years because they've been so different from September. But you are a fantastic year group, and remember that you are part of Chertsey High. Remember that it doesn't matter if you are home learning or at school, or you've been at school and doing a bit of home learning and it's kind of switched between the two. You are a member of this school, and you will be a member of this school forever. It's one of those things that once you're part of that family, even when you leave, that family is still ingrained in you. So think about how you behave, think about the positive steps that you can take over the summer. Have a conversation with your friends, think about what school's going to be like, and that could be, maybe fixing your bike so that you can ride it a little bit more, practice the routes. When you go back to school, you know which way to go. Okay, it could be, it doesn't always have to be sitting and studying, because the summer break is a chance for you to connect with friends, enjoy yourself, have a holiday, do something that you enjoy without any pressure. But at the same time, use that opportunity to really, you know, smash it as much as you can. If you've got a passion for something, continue with that passion. So when you come back to September, you are ready, raring to go, and you're chasing your dreams just as much as you were before lockdown and before the summer holidays. It is really important over the summer that you really do have fun. Okay, find what it is that you enjoy. Obviously, you've got to be safe and sensible, but have as much enjoyable time as you possibly can. Speak to friends, speak to family members when it's safe to do so. Maybe arrange to go and play tennis. Sports day has been a fantastic time to see how brilliant everyone has been. But use that time to enjoy it. Okay, you want to look back and think, my first week of the holidays, this is what I've done. My second week, what have I done? Don't get too comfortable sitting thinking it's all going to be fine and you've got loads and loads of time, because as we know, in lockdown, you blink and you've lost 2 weeks and you think, oh, I've wasted so much time. Finally, please stay safe. I know it's a bit of a cliche and it's something that we hear all of the time, but there is nothing more important, nothing, than the safety of everyone within our school community. So if it means that you have to take a step back and you think, do you know what, is this the smartest thing for me to go jumping in a river, or whatever it may be, just pause and think that actually, I don't know whether this is the right idea. Not just because of COVID. Yes, you need to be sensible because of that, especially. But in general, the summertime sometimes can be a bit of a time where people let their hair down a bit too much, and they don't necessarily think of the consequences. So think about the consequences of your actions. Have an amazing summer. I will come back to school to see you guys at some point when it is safe to do so. You have been a brilliant year group, and I will certainly miss you guys.